pulpit. All right, everybody ready to get in the word? Are y'all ready to get into this word? All right, so we're about to go in this, it's a doctrine called the Equinox Doctrine, right? And this particular doctrine got people doing the holy days on a whole nother day. They don't use the moon. They use the equinox, and the equinox is ran by the sun. So we're going to be talking about all of this stuff today. It's very, 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 very deep. We got all the books of Enoch that I could find. So we're going to be going into all the books of Enoch. I don't want nobody going nowhere because it's going to get super deep. When I mean super deep, I mean super deep. Now, if you care about the holy days, you're going to watch this video. The Most High, higher, right? He been putting it on my spirit how we don't want to come together and everybody trying to like be about their group, and then when you get into a group, right? You only listen to what's inside that group without exploring to see if it's correct or not, right? Now, when the Most High said, "Study thyself to be approved," what do y'all think that means? It is so many Hebrew Israelites that just don't study. They following, and they not following the Most High. They following man, right? So when it come down to it, did you really study thyself to be approved, right? Are you really trying your best to do the holy days or the Sabbaths or anything to the best of your ability that you have tried? Or are you just following? I'm in this group. I'm just going to keep on following. I'm going to do what I got to do. I've been in the truth since I came in like 2005, 2006. I got baptized in 2008 by Ricard from GOCC, right? I've been on my own, right, since 2009. And I've been preaching the gospel with a higher, right? He been with me, he guided me, he built me up to be who I am right here, right now, right? And I study myself to be approved. I don't want to teach nobody something that's wrong, right? So I'm going to go all the way in. And all of these books on this table, is it more over here? It's even more over here, look. All these books on the table, we have to study ourselves to be approved. Why would I try to change a holy day? I call people the Constantinians, right? Because they want to do what Constantine did. They want to change a day. They want to change the holy day. They want to change the Sabbath day to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So we going to break all of this down. I want y'all to get y'all pads, y'all papers out. Anybody who want to challenge what is brought out today, please do. I don't have no problem coming on your show, coming in your group, talking to you one-on-one, whatever we got to do to make Israel stand together, right? That's right. Because this is how important this stuff that we bringing out today is. The Most High been pushing me to do it, and now is the time. I did this a long time ago, but now is time for you to really listen to what's about to take place, right? So let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you, before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you.
All right, so this is telling us that we need to gather ourselves when? Before the fierce anger of the Most High comes. Right? So if you in a group over here, another group over here, that don't mean that we ain't supposed to gather. That's just the name of your group. This is the name of our group. But we need to be trying to come together, right? This is the whole mission of what the Most High is setting up. Israel is a nation, right? He's not bringing up one group and the only one group going to be in the wilderness. That sounds ridiculous,
It is.
right? It's going to be multiple people in the wilderness when we get gathered, right? So now, why can't we start trying to learn together and build together right now like the scripture just said?
Come on.
Let's get deeper. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the stage. We probably have some new people that's listening for the very first time. So we're going to go all the way back to Genesis and find out exactly what the Most High said he wanted us to do. The problem that I'm having with this doctrine, and I got to get this out, is that a lot of people is taking the Bible and they putting it down saying, I want to be in the book of Enoch. I want to be in the book of Jasher. I want to be in this book over here, and the Bible is wrong. Soon as you say that the Bible is wrong, you on your way to being a reprobate for real. And I'm telling you, right? Now, the Bible is our foundation, right? This is the book that we can go into the Hebrew, the Pentagram. We can go back to the Dead Sea Scrolls. We can look up stuff in here. Even though they tried to plagiarize this too. They put in names that wasn't of the Most High, but he said through our precepts, we're going to get our understanding. Studying ourselves to be approved, we're going to get our understanding. But this is our history book. But soon as you go in here and you put this away, you in trouble. Man. It's so many people doing that right now. And the Most High, I'm telling you, y'all, man. All right, but let's get it. So let's start in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. What is that?
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the High moved upon the face of the waters. The Most High said, let there be light, and there was light. The Most High saw the light, that it was good. The Most High divided the light from the darkness. And the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So we know Ahia divided the light from the darkness, right? Jump down to verse 14 real quick.
Verse 14. And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years.
All right, so he said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be for signs, seasons, days, and years, right? So all of the stars, and the star, the moon, the sun, all of these things have a job to do, right? We're going to find out what the Most High told us that we were supposed to go by for our holy days, right? Because everything has a job. Keep going.
15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. The Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
So the greater light is the sun, the lesser light is the moon. Read.
He made the stars also.
All right, so we're going to start right there. Now, when a doctrine come out, sometimes when it's false doctrine, they go so far with it. So I'm going to talk about this doctrine particularly, right? It was said that the moon is evil to bring this doctrine out, right? That the moon that the Most High made was evil for this doctrine to come out, right? That's how far it had to go for you to accept it in your heart. So we're going to sit up here and say that something that the Most High created in the sky is evil. Now we know witches use the moon, witches use the sun, witches use the stars, witches use Sabbaths, witches use everything, right? But that don't make it evil. What makes it evil is that the practice that they try to do with it.
Right.
The sun ain't evil. The moon ain't evil. But they're going to worship it in an evil way. That's what makes it evil, right? So for you to sit up here and accept somebody teaching you that the moon is evil, and when we start going through these scriptures, it's gonna get real bad. It's gonna be an explosion. If anybody who's trying to do the Equinox Doctrine or the moon, you're using the moon for your Sabbath. It's about to kill all of that. All right, so let's go to Psalms 83.
Psalm 83 and verse 1.
Psalms 8, verse 3.
Oh, 8, verse 3. Psalm chapter 8 and verse 3. Does the Most High pervert judgment?
Psalms 8, verse 3.
Psalm 8 and 3.
Verse 3.
Okay. All right, here we go. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have ordained.
All right, so wait a minute. Did not the Most High just say he ordained the moon and the stars? And you got the nerve to sit up here and say that the moon is evil? The big old giant moon in the sky, you're going to say that that's evil. And it's up there for nothing. We ain't supposed to use it at all. Are you kidding me? Let's keep going.
Verse 4.
No, we're going to go to Psalms 104, verse 19.
Psalm 104 and verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knows his going down.
So he said he appointed the moon for seasons, right? So let's look up that word seasons in the Hebrew, right? And it means a fixed time, a season, especially a festival, right? It says a year. It says assembly. It says a signal or a beacon, right? A appointed sign, time, place of assembly, a congregation, set assembly, a feast, right? So what did this just tell you? Let's go back, right? So he said he appointed the moon for the years, the seasons, and the feast, right? This is what he appointed the moon for. This is what the Bible says, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now, let's back it up. So the word moon in that particular verse is Yorek, right? So, all right, so now let's go to Psalms 81, verse 3.
Psalm chapter 81, verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
So he said, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, right? So do you know that for the Equinox Doctrine to take place, he had to change what a new moon was? He made new moon, I'm going to say people made a new moon solstices, winter, summer, spring, fall. When the new moon is a month, right? They had to change that to implement the Equinox Doctrine. Are y'all understanding what's being said here? He said, blow the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. So he's letting you know that it's going to be a new moon, it's an appointed time, and it's also a feast day from the moon, right? So this particular verse, right? When you the word moon in Hebrew was Kadesh, right? And it means month, right? So I think how the doctrine went, see, that ain't even really talking about moon. That's talking about a month, right? So you can't use that saying that it's talking about a moon, right? Okay. Precept upon precept. Let's go to Sirach in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43. We're going to start at verse 6.
Verse 46.
43, verse 6.
In verse 6. Okay. I ain't used to this one. All right. Verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
Woo! He said he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times, a sign to the world, right? So the whole world sees the moon, right? He said that it is made for the season, right?
Right.
What did it say after that?
From the moon is the sign of feast.
The moon is the sign of the what?
Feast.
The moon is the sign of the feast. Right? What does it say after that?
A light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name.
Okay, so when we seen the word month in the other verse, right? And he said the word month is called after her name. The word month came from moon. So when you're saying month, you might as well be saying moon too. So he's letting you know that month and moon are connected. They are two names that connect to each other, right? He says, so the moon is called after her name. And what is after that?
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
All right, so he said that the moon is the sign of the feast, right? So now, we as California Hebrews, we go by the slither of the moon. Let's look at this, right? Now, we don't go by the no moon, right? And the reason why we don't is because we did our research and we didn't found out that it was a guy named Halal II tried to change the slither of the moon to the no moon. And that's a whole nother lesson that we're not going to get into, right? But if he said the moon is a sign of the feast, right? Wouldn't it be something that you can see? Right? So he said if it's a sign, it's a sign and we can't see it. We just like, dang, we can't see nothing. I don't know. Is this the sign? I think this is a sign, right? So if he said if it's the sign of the feast, right? We know that in the first month of the first day of the month, we're going to have a slither and we look at it and we start praising the highest saying, that's our sign, right? The first day of the year, right? 14 days after that is what? What is the 14 days after the first day of the month? Passover, right? So do you really, just think about it. He said, we know that the new year come in at the slither. We got 14 days and it takes 14 days for the moon to become full. The moon is the sign of the feast, right? So why wouldn't we be doing Passover on a full moon if that's the sign, right? So if the moon is increasing and it gets to the fullest part of it, don't you think that's a sign? That's the sign. Every time you do Passover, it's supposed to be a full moon, right? The moon is the sign of the feast, right? Now I'm gonna break it down to you because the sun brings in days, right? The moon brings in the months. And both of these counts are different. You can't put days and month counts on the same exact day. If you do it, it's not going to make no sense. You're going to be all over the Bible. It's not going to make sense at all, right? Now, we're going to prove that you can't do that. We're going to prove that they have a day count, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then we're going to prove that we have a monthly count that's ran by 30 days, right? It takes, let's go back to the calendar, right? It takes the moon in a cycle of 30 days to disappear, appear, disappear again. It takes 30 days. Are y'all hearing me? Not 31 days, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30. We're killing all of that stuff today because we're going to show you that it is impossible for it to be that way, right? All right, so now, okay, so everybody know that Christ, if you don't know, and it's your first time listening, Christ was, he was killed around the Passover. Everybody know that. Or if you don't know, I'm telling you now. Now, for this doctrine of the equinox to take place, because remember, they had to make it work, right? Do you know that they said Christ rose on a Tuesday? They had to push it back because it wouldn't make sense. It had holes in it, right? And the holes that was in it, they had to try to fix it, and then it made them have to lie to make it work, right? So now, let's go to John 18 and 38.
John chapter 18 and verse 38. Pilate said unto him, What is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again unto the Jews and said unto them, I find in him no fault at all. But you have a custom that I should release unto you one at the Passover. Will you therefore that I release unto you the King of the Jews?
All right, so Pilate and all of the people, the wicked people at that time wanted to kill the Messiah, right? He told them, Pilate was saying, look, I can give y'all a thief, right? But do y'all want the thief or do y'all want Christ to die, right? He said, I can release one at the what? The Passover. Let's go to John 19:14.
John chapter 19, verse 14. And it was preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews, Behold your king. But they cried out, Away with him! Away with him! Crucify him! Pilate said unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, We have no king but Caesar.
All right, so he said it was the preparation of the Passover when they were screaming, crucify him. Are y'all seeing this, right? So now if we go to Daniel, they say that Christ was killed in the midst of the week, right? So now, the midst of the week was the 14th day of the month. Are y'all hearing me? So now, if you try to do the equinox, you're putting both days together, right? It has even been taught that the Passover and the Passover and the 7th-day Sabbath was always on the seventh-day Sabbath. Do you know how impossible that is? To have the Passover and the 7th-day Sabbath on the same exact day every single time. That is horrible to say, right? So remember, Christ died in the middle of the week. And it was the 14th day of the month, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is where Christ was, right? It was the 4th day of the week, but it was the 14th day of the month. 3 days he was in the grave, right? He was in the grave 3 days, right? And when they went to the sculpture, he was gone on the 1st day of the week, right? So remember, he died right in here, right? So 3 days after that, it was the Sabbath again? And we're talking about 7th-day Sabbath, right? So we know that holy days are considered high Sabbaths, right? So you will hear the word Sabbath, but that don't mean it's the 7th-day Sabbath. It's being taught that the 7th-day Sabbath and the Passover was always on that day, and it didn't even happen when Christ was walking the earth. Are y'all hearing me? So it is impossible to put the days of the week with the days of the month and line them up together. It's impossible. If you do it, you ain't gonna never be doing anything correctly. So all of the people that's using the moon to get your Sabbath days, you off. You can't do it. Because you took away the job of the sun. The sun brings in the days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The moon brings in the months. Are y'all hearing me? It brings in the holy days. Right? So when you understand that, then you won't be falling off. Right? But now, we talking about the book of Enoch. Right? Now, let's go to Enoch 78 and 7. This is how you read it right here, Elder. Okay, so let's see what Enoch said a new moon was.
The new moon is the first of the month. And on the 14th day is Passover, which will be on a full moon.
All right, so he said it's going to be Passover on a what? On a full moon. This is what we was just saying. We've been doing our holy days like this the whole entire time. Before we even read this. Right, read.
The light becomes full in her. On the 14th day, she accomplishes her light. And 15 parts of light are transferred to her till the 15th day, when her light is accomplished, according to the sign of the year. And she becomes 15 parts. And the moon grows by the addition of 14. What is a new moon according to Enoch? Her light is accomplished in the heaven. And when she is illumined throughout, her light is accomplished full in the heaven. And on the first day, she is called the new moon. For on that day, the light rises upon her.
Are y'all seeing that? So the first day of the new month, the light arises on the moon. This is what the book of Enoch is telling you, right? So you can't say I'm doing the Enoch calendar. You can't say that no more. Because if you're doing the Enoch calendar, the scripture is telling you what a new moon is, how the count is done, right? We're going to get to that other stuff in a minute. I already know about that other count y'all got over there, but I'm going to show you where it came from, right? Let's keep going.
She becomes full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west. And from the east she rises at night, and the moon shines the whole night through till the sun rises over against her, and the moon is seen over against the sun. So if you're following the book of Enoch, it tells you to use the moon for your months.
All right, it tells you that, right? So the moon is the sign of the feast. Y'all see that? The moon is the sign of the feast. So we have a slither and we have a full moon. The full moon is the 14th day of the month. It is 30 days. It is 30 days in each month, and the Bible goes by 360 days a year. We're going to prove that without a shadow of a doubt today, right? We're not talking about science. We're not talking about what man say. We're talking about what this Bible say, what the Most High said, and how it was, how He created it to be. Right. And that's it, right? That's all that should matter, right? Okay, so now, let's ask AI, right? This is me asking AI, right? Everybody will be going to do the AI. How many days of a year, is it in a year according to the Bible, right? What does it say right here?
In some contexts within the Bible, a year is considered to be 360 days, with 12 months of 30 days each.
Did you hear that? 12 months, and he said, however, also uses go ahead, let's just read that, because we're going to break that down.
So this is often referred to as a biblical year or a prophetic year. However, the Bible also uses the concept of a 365-day year, as seen in the lifespan accounts of individuals like Methuselah. The actual length of a year in the Bible can depend on the specific context and the kind of calendar being used, such as the Hebrew lunar calendar.
Okay, so now we finna find out. Y'all ready to investigate together? Can we investigate together? Yes. All right, so let's do some investigation. Let's go to Genesis 8:3.
Book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse 3. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
All right, so he said that the waters abated 150 days, right? To get 150 days, that will be 5 months, right? Right? And so 150 divided by 5 is 30, which will make it 360 days. Y'all see that? Exactly 360 days, right? So now watch this. Let's go to Revelations 11:2.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 2.
And all the counts, all through the Bible, any count is always 100, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 360, 360, 360, 360.
Okay. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Okay, so 42 months. He said, and he would give power to the 2 witnesses for 1,260 days, right? So when you do the math on that, right, it's 30 days in a month, 42 months add up to 1,260 days, right? So the only way that you can get this count is you have to use 360 days and 30 days a month. That's the only way you can get it. All right, so now, everybody ready to get into the book of Enoch? I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now, where does the confusion come with the book of Enoch? Now, remember, there's different authors in the book of Enoch. And a lot of people always pick up R.H. Charles, right? R.H. Charles' book is 1913. Are y'all hearing me? Y'all with me? 1913 is the day that R.H. Charles published a book that was already out. Are y'all hearing me? Okay, so, but I have Richard Lawrence, that's 1883. I have another book of Enoch by George, is that, how you pronounce his last name?
George Shad.
George Shad, 1882. I also got another book by, this George Shad too? George Shad, 1881, so he produced 2. Then I got another one by Joseph Limpkin, and this one is, I forgot to write the date down on this one. Okay, so now, is that it? Is that all the books of Enoch? So now, to study the book of Enoch, right? For you to get, oh yeah, we got this one. This is Richard Lawrence, and it is 1883, right? So now, to study the book of Enoch, first of all, everything got a precept to the Bible, because the Bible needs to be your foundation. And if you ain't precepting everything to this, you're going to fall off, right? Another way to study the book of Enoch, you got to go back to the original, the first one that was ever here, right? And you gotta dissect what was being said, right? Now, the reason why we go back, and it's so many different authors, is this. Let's read this real quick. Okay, so read that. Now, this is something you need to know about these lost books, right? Yes, start right there.
In the United States, a book written by a single author is generally under copyright protection for 70 years after the author's death.
All right, so after an author dies, 70 years after that, what happens?
After this period, the book enters the public domain, and anyone can publish it without permission.
Do y'all hear this? So after 70 years after an author's death, anybody can republish the book. And they say republish the book in what?
Including adding their own words.
Did y'all just hear that?
That's what they're doing.
They can publish the book and add their own words. So are you following Enoch or are you following R.H. Charles? Are y'all hearing me?
That's great.
Do y'all understand how deep that is? And how much you gotta study yourself to be approved? Because our enemies go in our book.
That's
and
right.
they're trying to confuse us. They know who we are better than we do. They know the future of what's gonna happen because they didn't see the real books. They didn't see books we ain't even seen. They know stuff that's gonna happen to us that we don't even know that's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh man, I gotta try to figure out how to get them off the holy days.
Come on.
Now you just heard with your own ears that 70 years after author dies, he have the right to publish the book and put whatever he want in it.
That's right.
Now let's prove something real quick. So we going to R.H. Charles. Where R.H. Charles at? Oh, here you go. Okay, so we going to R.H. Charles, right? And we're going to 74 in verse 12, right? And what we're going to do, this is going to be very interesting because we're going to go in quite a few of these books and see if they say the same exact thing. And if they don't say the same exact thing, you should be real scared right now because you've been doing the holy days wrong, right? Okay, so this is 74 verse 12. Let's get that real quick. Read that.
And the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance or delay their position by a single day unto eternity, but complete the years with perfection, with perfect justice in 364 days.
All right, so he said the sun brings in the stars and all the years exactly. Did it say that? Y'all see that? Now, that's R.H. Charles. That's 19. What is it again? What's the year? Look on the front. Look on the front. 1913, right? We're going back to 1881.
Okay.
And we're going to see if it say the same thing. Now, remember, it just said that the sun brings in all the years exactly, right? Okay, so what does it say right here? Same chapter, same verse.
And the moon brings in all the years exact.
Do y'all hear this? And the moon brings in all years exactly, right? So this would crush the Equinox Doctrine because the equinox is ran by the sun. The equinox is when it's equal day, equal night, and then really nobody knows when it happens. A lot of people go to the Navy to try to find out when the equinox is going to even happen because nobody really knows. You see what I'm saying? You don't know the day that the equinox is going to come in, but the Navy say that they do. So y'all go by what the Navy's saying, following man instead of following what the Most High said. This lines up with what we've been reading in the Bible and the Apocrypha, right? It said that the moon is the sign of the feast. The moon brings in the seasons, right? So why did R.H. Charles say the sun brings it in all years exactly?
Man.
Let's go to another one. All right. Now we going to 1882. Same verse.
And the moon brings in all the years exact. So that
And the moon brings in all years exactly. I got it right on the screen so you can see it too. This is a straight picture from the book. Even the little wrinkles right there. Y'all see that? And the moon brings in all years exactly, right? Let's go to another book. 1883. This is how you study. You just don't jump on something and then care about your holy days, y'all. Care about your Sabbaths and care about your walk, right? Okay, so this is the next book, right? Richard Lawrence, 1883. What do it say right there, Elder?
the moon brings on all the years exactly.
The moon brings in all the years exactly, right? So we got like 4 witnesses saying that the moon do it. We got R.H. Charles standing by himself saying the sun do it.
Come on.
And this is where the whole doctrine came from. Are y'all hearing me? Right? Okay, so now let's go back to Richard Lawrence again. I mean R.H. Charles again. Where he at? Where is R.H. Charles?
There he is.
Oh, okay. And he was hiding because he was getting exposed. He was like, man, let me get up out of here, man. So they pulling the curtain on me right now. Right? Okay, so we going back to R.H. Charles, 1913. This is like the NIV to the book of Enoch. Because it was revised, rewrote, and he put his own agenda in it. Are y'all hearing me? Right? So 1913, let's go to another verse, right? In here. Okay, read right down here. This is verse 17 in chapter 74. What does it say right there?
And the year is accurately completed in conformity with their world stations and the stations of the sun, which rise from the portals through which it, the sun, rises and sets 30 days.
Did y'all hear this? So he said that the sun brings in the portals, right? It said the sun what? Brings in the stations. So the sun brings in the stations. So that's what he said in 1913. Let's go, and here it is right here. Y'all can see that. I forgot to push the button. Y'all see it? Now we finna go to 1883. See what that said.
Keep him here so he can't hide.
Yeah, we don't want him to hide. All right, verse 17 again. What does that say? This is the next book, 1883. Yeah, right there.
The year then becomes truly complete according to the stations of the moon.
The stations of the what?
The moon.
The stations of the what?
The moon.
But R.H. Charles said the station of the sun, though. Why would he say the station of the sun? He talking about station of the moon, and he was before him. So this is telling you that the course of the earth is ran by the moon, and what else it say?
And the station of the sun which rise in different gates.
So it said the moon and the sun, right? Because the sun got to bring in the days, and the moon got to bring in the months, right? But R.H. Charles took out the word moon and put just the sun.
Exactly.
He had an agenda. He had an agenda, right? Let's go to another book. We're going to go to 1882? 1882. Right here. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. All right, so look. Okay, so now we're going to move on to something super deep. Where's R.H. Charles at? Okay, so now, R.H. Charles, when y'all read this, y'all is not going to believe it. I'm going to let Elder read this. This man actually told you that he went in here and changed these things himself, right? Okay, so now let's read this real quick. We're going to start, we're going to start right here at this paragraph.
This is R.H. Charles saying, the book of the courses of the heavenly luminaries in chapter, it says, and the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance or delay their position by a single day unto eternity, but complete the years with perfect justice in 364 days. This gives the keynote of this book, vis-a-vis that time is to be reckoned by the sun, not by the moon.
All right, so this is not the book of Enoch, right? This is him telling you that this is his perspective. Like, I'm looking at the sun and the stars bringing in all the years, right? Not the moon, right? But we had all these other people saying the moon, right? And he didn't took the moon out and put the sun. Let's find out what he said, read.
So until we come to chapter 90, I think this book is uninteresting in the extreme. It purports to tell in detail of the laws by which the sun, moon, stars, and the winds are governed. They are described by Uriel, the holy angel, to the Apocalyptus. The four quarters of the world, the 7 mountains, and the 7 rivers are also dealt with. The author has no other interest save a scientific one, colored by Jewish conceptions and beliefs. It is, however, different when we come to chapter 90, I think that is. The whole tone alters in these verses, in which it is said that owing to the sin of men, the moon and the sun will mislead them.
Whoa. So he thought that the sun, the moon and the sun would mislead us, so he wanted to help by interjecting his own beliefs. Read.
An ethical thought is thus brought in, which is wholly lacking in the previous chapters of this book. This is also true of chapter 91. I think that's it is probable that neither of these chapters stood here originally.
Did y'all hear that? He said it is clear that neither one of those chapters stood there originally, saying that he changed it, because that's not the original, because we just read what was originally there, and he removed it. And this is his own writings. Go ahead.
Regarding the point of the 364 days to the year which the writer of this book makes, Charles says that he did this only through sheer incapacity for appreciating a thing better. For he must have been...
Wait, hold up. This is in his book. Read that one more time, Elder. Some people got it, some people missed it, and I want to make sure everybody get this. Read it.
Man. Regarding the point of the 364 days to the year which the writer of this book makes, Charles says that he did this only through sheer incapacity for appreciating a thing better.
You see what I'm saying? So he already knew it was 360. He made it 364. He's like, I have to do this. I gotta make it better because I did my own research and science have told me that it's 364 days in a year. And how they possibly get 364 days in a year is they count the solstices, the seasons. They count those as a day, right? But if the solstice or the season would happen on day one, you gonna count day one twice? That don't even make sense. That don't make no sense at all, right? So now you're hearing with your own ears that this man thought that he was making it better. But we already know that this man was a slave master in 1800s. He already knew that we was the children of Israel. And his whole goal was, in the last days when they start waking up, I'm going to put a stumbling block before them. Are y'all hearing me? Right? This is why the Bible is so important. We can do too much research in this. Do you see how you can just grab a book and just start going completely left, and now all of a sudden you lost and you doing and teaching others how to break the Shabbat?
Man.
This man did not just take away the moon, he tried to add days. Are y'all hearing me? All right, what it says today?
He couldn't appreciate, lack of appreciation for making the thing better. For he must have been acquainted with the solar year of 365 a quarter days.
You see, so he must have been associated with that or believed that. Do you see what I'm saying? Read.
His acquaintance with the Greek cycles shows this. He's dealing with the Greeks.
He was dealing with the Greeks, and the Greeks wanted to make it better. They thinking they making something better, they messing the seasons up. Read.
The author's reckoning of the year at 364 days may be partly due to his opposition to heathen systems.
Are you? Come on. This is in his book.
Straight racist.
He said this is heathen systems that's making it 364 days. Read.
And partly to the fact that 364 is divisible by 7 and amounts to 52 weeks exactly. In any case, he is opposed to the lunar year, the Pharisaic way of reckoning time. And this is an important point in favor of Sadducean authorship. It will be noted that this book was written in post-Maccabean times. It was after the Maccabean struggle that the Sadducees and Pharisees appeared as parties definitely opposed to one another.
All right, so now we know now that this dude was adding an agenda in our book. And what was the agenda? So y'all tell me what his agenda was. What was his two main things he wanted to make sure he added in our book? Yeah, speak up so the people on the camera can hear you.
The sun ruling the time or the season.
So the sun being the course of a year, and what else?
And the length of the year.
I mean that too, but it's another important part. What else was his whole agenda was?
Throw us off the holy days.
He was to throw us off the holy days, but it was two main parts. It was the sun and what else? The 364 days. I want y'all to keep that in your mind. Because remember, when you start doing calculations in the Bible, everything is 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. You can go ask AI like we just did, say, how many days in a biblical year according to the Bible? 360. Every single, all of the counts that you got to do in Esther, Genesis, Revelations, Daniel, 360 days. 360 days. Are y'all hearing me? Right? So now, we know now, this man ain't just been in the book of Enoch. R.S. Charles is in the Apocrypha too. R.H. Charles is in the book of Jasher. He in the book of Jasher. People be acting like we scared to go over certain verses. We go through them. Let's do this real quick. So this is the book of Jubilees, chapter 6 and 33. What does it say right there?
But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order. And they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong to all the order of the years. For I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto thee, it is not of my own devising, for the book lies written before me, and on the heavenly tables and on the heavenly tablets.
Solomon, do you got? I said Sabbath. Do you got that pulled up? What we read right now? Yeah, pull that up real quick, because I got to go to the verse before it. And get at the elder real quick. Yeah, when I copy and pasted this from it, I needed that top verse. You got it? Yeah, Jubilees, we want to start at verse 30. Chapter 6, verse 30.
Verse 30?
Yeah.
So this is Jubilees, chapter 6. We're starting at verse 30. And all the days of the commandment will be 52 weeks of days, and these will make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraven and ordained on the heavenly tablets. And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. And command you, the children of Israel, that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days and these.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He said, I command you, children of Israel. Read that again. And this is him saying this. This ain't the Most High. Read that again.
Command you, the children of Israel.
So this is R.H. Charles said that he command you, children of Israel, to do what?
That they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast.
Keep going.
Now we have 33.
Oh, you could have just kept going right there. Good.
But if they do, okay.
No, I think you start right there.
Yep. But if they do neglect and do not observe them,
So we do not observe 364 days. Read.
according to his commandment,
According to A.R. Charles' commandment, not the Most High's.
then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order.
So he said, if we don't do it his way, we're going to be off on all our holy days, right? And watch this.
And they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as to all the order of the years.
Yeah, keep going.
For I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto you. And it is not of my own devising, for the book lies written
Did you
before me.
hear that? It's not of my own devising. Oh, yes, it is. And that's how I know we don't even talk like that. when I'm reading my people's work, I know how our people talk, right? And I can see that this is somebody else adding their own words into our book, right? I'm going to prove it. We're not just saying it. Some people are going to be like, how do you know that that's just him? There could be Abraham, or there could be somebody else saying that, whatever, right? I'm going to prove it. Read.
For the book lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feast of the covenant and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles after their error and after their ignorance. For there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon.
Did y'all see that? He went against the moon, which the Bible said, the Apocrypha said, and all the other books before him said, right? So how do we know that this is R.H. Charles saying this and him plagiarizing our book? Because this is one big scripture that everybody, they jump on. It's like, man, you read the book of Jubilees? Man, it said if we don't do it like this, we're going to be completely off, right?
Right.
Okay, let's find out. So now he made a big mistake, right? First of all, he made a mistake with one of the most highest servants, right? That follow the Holy Spirit and study itself to be approved. If we go back one chapter, chapter 5, verse 27 says what?
And the water prevailed on the face of the earth 5 months, 150 days.
All right, so how do you get, what is 5 times 30? 150. So he just told us we were supposed to go by 364 days. I can't get that count with 364 days. The only way I can get this count is 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 12 times.
Right.
30 times 12 is 360. 5 times 30 is 150 days. So what did Moses, what was his count at that time? His count was 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, right? This is one chapter before he said this. So you mean to tell me that Moses didn't know what he was talking about, but the next chapter, he just, the whole time, everything changed when he was dealing with the Most High directly? Are you hearing me? Come on, man. This is straight blasphemy. This dude threw a big monkey wrench in our holy days, right? And remember how the Bible say the very elect will almost get deceived?
Yeah.
So that means he said the very elect. So even the elect right now is probably doing these holy days. But the very elect almost got deceived. But they didn't do it. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, in my book here, chapter 5, it goes up to 26, and then
We in Book of Jubilees.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
It goes to verse 26, and the next verse is 17.
Oh, okay.
It throws it off by that, and then we're in chapter 6. It doesn't even mention chapter 30. It goes to 29, and it skips 30 and goes to 31.
Yeah, that's deep. I'm going to take a look at that. Okay, so now the whole point of bringing this information out is showing you how you got to study. If you care about these holy days, you can't just jump out there and be like, we're going to change our holy days. You can't jump out there, I'm going to change my Sabbath. I'm going to do the Sabbath from the moon, or just like people is not even caring what's being said. They think that they're going to have grace preaching to people the wrong way and leading people down the wrong road, and it ain't going to be no consequences to it. Even our greatest people in the book, if they did something wrong, there was some consequences to it. What happened to David when he was trying to commit adultery, right? With the lady, right? He had her husband killed and all that. What was his judgment? The baby died, right? So you think that we can just do what we want to do and then don't even study yourself to be approved, just doing it with no fear, like, yeah, everybody, let's do this over here. Let's go this way. And you lead the whole children of Israel down the wrong road. Quit getting deceived by how big something is and how everybody dressed in white or got the nice mitris on, and you can't, and or in purple, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever color these people is wearing, don't be all deceived about how big it is. Listen to what's being taught and study it. Yeah. Are y'all hearing me? Study yourself to be approved, because we in the last days, right? This lesson right now was brought out to me to push out again to try to save somebody, because we clearly showed you that this man tried to deceive the children of Israel. So all of that stuff, when he go 30, 30, 31, 30, 30, 31, that was him adding to the book to try to make it 364 days. And you fell for it. The Passover and the 7-day Sabbath can never always be on the same day. That is a lie from the pit of hell. It is impossible. It didn't even happen when Christ was on earth. So how is it always like that? These are things that we got to study ourselves to be approved, y'all. You think a higher happy with you? You know what I'm saying? All these people just up here in the holy day on the wrong day, just up here partying up. We don't go by the moon. The moon evil. What? And you clearly see that we over here studying our butt off to make sure that we doing it the correct way. If you get a lost book, get all of them. Analyze them. Put them all side by side, and they better all say the same thing. Are y'all hearing me? And the most valuable one would be the oldest one, right? That's what we're doing in the Bible. We know it's translated into English. We go back to the Hebrew, and then if we want to go back even further, we go back to the we go back to the Paleo. We go back to the pictograph. We just keep going back until we get the right answer. What was there originally there that our people wrote, not R.H. Charles wrote, not somebody who waited 70 years after somebody died, want to publish a book and insert whatever they want to insert. This should scare everybody that's in these new books, just jumping in there, diving in, and then y'all say, man, the Bible wrong. I just read this other book and it said we ain't got to keep no commandments no more. I just did a lesson on that last week. A couple of weeks ago. They want a new law. Ain't no new law. It's the same law from the beginning. Right? So you got to make a decision. Are you going to serve the Most High? Or are you going to serve man? A lot of people serving a group. They not serving the Most High. They be like, well, our group teach that, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it. Where are all my brothers that really study at? Where y'all at, man? Half of the people that be calling on the higher don't even be studying. I'm putting it out there, man. I'm getting mad right now. Y'all be making us look weak. Where are the studiers at? Where my men that be really studying? That's going to put the books on the table and get down to the nitty gritty of stuff. Where y'all at? Y'all can call me. I'm here, right here, all the time. I put my number out there. Y'all can call me. Hit me up on Facebook. Inbox me. Let's go through this and make sure that you're doing it correctly. Ricard, you call me. I'm just going to throw your name out there. Ricard, call me. GOCC, call me. You see what I'm saying? Y'all doing it wrong, man. The Most High is not happy. The Most High ain't only dealing with y'all. He dealing with other people, and he will send other people to help you before it's too late.
That's right.
So come on, man. And Ricard, repent for how you did my boy Bronx too. I don't like that. That was cold. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even, he fighting for his life right now, and you dogging him out. I got to put that out there. I think you need to repent from that.
And it was very, very wrong how you did it. Very wrong. So we putting it all out there. We ain't holding no punches. I didn't be on y'all show before, and we didn't have our thing about the flea doctrine. And y'all see they don't say nothing else about the flea doctrine, right? So this one right here got to be exterminated too. It has to, because it's not the true holy days. If you care about the holy days, go through this lesson, write down everything, get all the books that I got, study it for yourself, and then change your ways and get on the right holy days. All praise to the Most High, higher by Shem and Shai.
Yes, sir.
All right, anybody got any questions? Go ahead, sis.
Okay, I have a question. What made them make these books? Like all different kinds of books?
What made them what?
What made them make these all different kinds of books about books?
I could barely hear her.
Why do they make all these different books?
Oh, these books right here is supposed to be books that was in the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? These are supposed to be books that was already a part of our catalog of books, right? So we got these, and that's a great question, sis. So we got people that find our scrolls, right? And so they get our scrolls and they try to turn it into a book. But as they turn it into a book, they insert what they want to insert in there, right? And so this is why when we go into we're not taking away from the book of Enoch. We read the book of Enoch too, right? Because we know that it's a part of our book. But we got to go into it with the Holy Spirit, right? If we ain't going into this with the Holy Spirit, we don't get deceived. And we got to make sure that it's precepting to the Bible. If it ain't precepting to the Bible, we ain't messing with it. We don't care what book it is. You see what I'm saying? And so those books actually are a part of our records that other people didn't found, and now they trying to be the author of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're dealing with right now. But that was a great question. I'm glad you asked. All right, any other questions?
I wanted to bring something out. I noticed, I did the math on different years. It seemed like early tribes did not utilize the proper time frame because it wasn't 70 years. 70 years, it was only 32 years from 1881 to, 1882 to, what was that, 1913. So it looked like early tribes.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, because at this point, the laws wasn't enforced like it's really supposed to be back then. They made it 70 years now, but back then, the books was coming out. He was probably like one of the first people to start researching our work, right? And we had other people that was researching the work, and it didn't have like that 70-year stipulation yet. But that's how it is right now. 70 years, if you write a book and you pass away and you don't put it in a trust or say, look, if something happened to me, I want it to go to my family members or my husband or this or that or whatever, they get to use your book and put whatever they want to put in it, and that's what it is. So that's why the years on these books are so close, because that law wasn't implemented in the 1800s. You see what I'm saying? But just to show you that they was getting the book and publishing a book and putting their own information in it. And R.S. Charles was cold with it too. He want us to follow him. He want to be a higher. That's what it is. He want to be Enoch. So y'all might as well say, we following the R.H. Charles calendar, y'all. That's what y'all might as well say. We following the R.H. Charles commandments, y'all, because it ain't the Most High's.
Man, that sounds horrible.
Man. All right, any other questions? And anybody, I got all these books, so I'm going to put them up. So it's contradictions in the books itself. So you have to study yourself to be approved. We also have, where's this other book at? This is the book of Enoch, and it's from Ethiopia. Y'all need to get that. But it don't say nothing that all these books are saying, so that's why I bring it out. But I even got this one, because I'm studying myself to be approved. Y'all hear me? Then we got, where's our other book at? Oh, here you go.
This is a good book to get to because it explains that in the Hebrew culture, we always use 360 days in a year, right? It shows how the Egyptians and the Romans and all the other different nationalities was coming together and what years they was using at the time. This is a very, very good book, right? So the Romans was cold with it because they tried to do a 5 month year, and it was horrible. It was a horrible, it didn't line up with nothing, and they tried to switch it back. But this tells all these different stories, right? So you might want to get that too. All right, so we gonna end it right there. All praise to the Most High or higher. Hey, y'all need to hit us up, man. If y'all got any questions, y'all want to go over some Bible studies 101, we here. All praise to the Most High or higher.
All praise.
All right, and no more questions because we about to end it. All right, no more questions. All praise to the Most High. We see y'all next week. Most High willing. All praise to a higher Hashem Messiah.